Ahoy folks, Jake the Kent here, and in today's Adkenture we're wrapping up our Cape York trip by driving from Hann River to Cooktown in Far North Queensland. Along the way we'll be fishing rivers and gorges, checking out roadhouses and having a feed at the famous Lions Den Hotel, which is one of those must-see pubs at the top end of Australia. So welcome aboard and let's get stuck in to Adkenture 51. Back on the road again, finally. So we're going from Hann River Roadhouse, which is 100 metres up that way. We're going to do the 76k down to Laura. Ready to go, guys?
Yep.
Let's roll. With this drive, we begin the last leg of our Cape York adventure. We're kicking off from the Hann River here, which is where I caught my first ever barramundi in the last video, and we're heading south, soaking up all the beauty this road has to offer along the way. I think that we might have actually done our last bit of gravel and now it might just be general roads till we get to the highway, guys.
I hope so.
To be honest, I kind of miss the dirt already.
I do not.
We're going to find some shade and put some air back into our tyres now that we're back on blacktop. Previously, I lowered our tyre pressures to make the drive across the corrugated dirt roads more comfortable. So let's bust out Vanessa, inflate these tyres back up and get back on the road. You don't know the name of the air compressor?
Something.
You've used it before.
Probably some name of a person.
Yeah, Vanessa. Vanessa Compressor.
Oh.
Come on, Gaz.
In a cute little bag.
Yeah. Turn the car on, clamp Vanessa to the battery terminals, and we're good to go. Cape York Marathon complete, tyres inflated, and we're back on the road towards Laura Roadhouse. Although we didn't pop in, I've read online that this roadhouse serves hot drinks, a few snackaroos, and serves breakfast, lunch and dinner from their on-site restaurant. Obviously there's fuel here too, and by the looks of this shack, a fair bit of history. Now we're going from Laura down to Lakeland Roadhouse, which is 61k.
Woo!
Let's do it. Well, we're about 1 kilometre into that drive and I've spotted a little puddle of water that might have a fish in it. So we all know what that means. We're going in for a quick flickaroo. Just a quick little detour. We went over a bridge that had a river under it and I can see there's a track down to the river. So we're on that little track now. We're just going to see if there's any fishies down here, guys.
Yes, like always. Looks a bit steep. That's not much water.
Oh, sand is very hot as well. Very, very hot. So yeah, we've just come over that bridge. Saw this spot from up there and thought it's worth a quick little cast. Ugh, I don't know what animal that belongs to, but it doesn't look good. Oh no, that's very, very bad of me. Gonna have to jump that all the way back. Of course, I was hoping the rivers would have more water and more fish, but we did visit towards the end of the dry season. So I imagine given a few more months, this place would have been very, very different, and I probably would be underwater where I'm standing here. Anyway, I gently manoeuvre old mate Rodney back into the car, Gaz busts out a couple of icy poles, and we're back on track towards Lakeland. And just like that, we're now on the very last stretch of the Peninsula Developmental Road, which means the Cape York adventure is coming to an end. There's not a lot of chatter in the car during this drive as I think back over all of the epic memories we've made in this really special region. From the excitement of the unknown at the start of the trip, camping on pristine riverbeds, poking into the old telegraph track, swimming at Fruitbat Falls, crossing the Jardine River, getting lost and bogged due to some questionable navigation skills, having pristine beaches all to ourselves, catching my first ever barramundi after many failed attempts, finally making it to the northernmost tip of mainland Australia and nearly catching a fish literally right at the sign, and then snapping a rod there instead. And although part of me is certainly sad it's over, I'm so fucking happy and grateful for the time we've had here, and if you followed along with this 17-part mini-series, I hope you've enjoyed the ride too. Anyway, let me show you the sign, which I consider the unofficial start of Cape York, and then we're reloading on fuel across the road at the Lakeland Roadhouse. Successful trip to and from the tip.
Yes.
From the comfort of the Lakeland Roadhouse, we do some research, and it turns out that the famous Lion's Den Hotel is only about 60 kilometres away. So it's back in Truck Norris and back on the road. We just went past a sign over a bridge that said Lake Creek. Which one is it, Gabs?
I don't know.
Before too long, we cross a pretty looking river that I didn't know existed. So of course, I had to rip a Yui and check it out with the fishing rod in hand. Let's see what we can find. Don't want to be on this road too long. I don't know if I can get back up that. Should be right in the adventure pluggers. Alright, we've got the Mac Daddy special out there. Compliments of my good mate, the Mac Daddy. I don't even know what fish get around in here. I hardly even know where I am. I'll spare you folks the rest of the casting here because just for a change I caught nothing, but I did explore further downstream and it turns out this place is pretty special. I've never been anywhere like this. This place is so unique. Changes from that grey down to that browny cream colour. I'm guessing that's probably the high water mark, so maybe in the wet season it's getting up there, who knows. I crossed back over the bridge to the calmer, wider water on the other side and had a few flickaroos over there. Fishing line stuck around that, that's a good sign, that means people are fishing here. Which by extension hopefully means there's something worth fishing for here. Try to get it out near those rocks. Done a pretty good job. No luck. Ah well, back to the car and off to the Lion's Den. Now, I don't know about you, but right off the bat I get the impression that this is going to be one of those iconic pubs that lives up to its reputation. We've just walked in and already that classic Aussie humour has begun. Bad Gaz and I enjoy some pizza next to Truck Norris before heading back inside to check out the history of this place. I've noticed on my travels that the more rural and remote pubs and roadhouses in Australia are often covered, and I really mean covered, from wall to wall with messages from visitors over the years, and the Lion's Den Hotel here is certainly no exception. This pub had so much writing on the walls that I literally had to start moving furniture and crawling around on the floors to find a spot, but eventually I found one. You'll notice here that we visited in 2023. This was around mid to late October, so not too long before the floods ripped through this area. I was happy to read earlier this year that the pub had reopened after that, but I'm not sure how badly it was damaged or how different it looks now. Hopefully I can get back someday and check it out again. Well, it's time for Bad Gaz and I to say goodbye to this unique little pub. We check out Jim's mental asylum across the road. I'm not sure what that's about. And jump back in Truck Norris and burn off into the night towards Cooktown, where the adventures will continue in the upcoming videos. Lion's Den Hotel. Once it's posted, you can catch the next video here in the little box thing. And in the meantime, you can find the rest of the Cape York content on the channel. As always, thank you for your time and attention. Feel free to connect with me on the socials at the link in the description, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.